And as we listen to that still small voice within us and find that peace, we look for that sense of being euphoric about life, about our path, about ascension. And Coptic minister Linda Craven will share that message tonight in our second workshop that we're now presenting as a monthly feature here on the Sunday Evening Experience. Techniques for Self-Healing. Linda is part of the Coptic Center Committee along with Lawson, her husband, and making their wonderful contributions to the organization, which we all value. Techniques will be presented by Linda. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not sure exactly how it will unfold, but please welcome Linda, and she'll share a euphoric state that we'll all leave with tonight. So thank you.
Welcome, everyone. There are more people here than when I sat down up here. Good to see everyone. And I'm honored to be here. When I was told I could pick any topic, it was like giving a balloon to a kid and saying, run like the wind. I was everywhere and probably came up with a dozen or so topics that I finally had to settle on one, and it turned out to be the hardest one of all. It is the one I'm currently working on, and that's restoring my own health and well-being. So that's my challenge, is to share with you what I've been working on myself. I'm not a master yet, but I'm getting there. So once I committed to this topic, it was kind of interesting. I, had those doubts like, what, So I told Lawson, my husband Lawson, how am I going to teach something that I barely know myself? And in his wisdom, he said, you'll have the help you need when you need it. And that turned out to be very, very true. And I wanted to share with you that much of the inspiration in putting the words together came from Hamid Bey and the lessons we learned in the training here at Coptic Fellowship. So just wanted to say how incredible that is. So the title came first because the title is the literal description of what this workshop is about, the euphoric self. And I'm going to set a timer here out of respect for the timeline and to make sure I give about 5 minutes to wrap up here at the end. So the focus here is that while I'm personally recovering from a health challenge, the focus of the workshop is not about health challenges, but rather about wellness and how easy it is to raise our awareness into the ultimate level of well-being. And I'm finding that it is a mindset. It is a level of awareness where self-healing evolves in a most organic and natural way. It is about aligning ourselves with this natural flow. And it has been so close and yet so far for so many of us for so long. So I consider this an advanced concept that I'm going to make as simple as possible to share what I've discovered so far tonight. Because a lot of this material is brand new to me and I want to deliver it in a specific way and using specific words, I am going to follow script. I don't want to read to you for 45 minutes, but I do want to follow script. So the handout for the euphoric self kind of went over pretty much what it's about, and I think everyone had a chance to go over that or see it. It's basically a step beyond relaxation. And the euphoric self is a place that feels like zero gravity, and where you can start to feel the activity of the trillions of cells within your body. And that seems to happen as soon as the spiritual energy lifts and separates from the physical body. To me, when the spiritual body is lifted and the physical body becomes weightless, that is when I can start to feel the activity of those cells. And it is like fountains of tingling and bubbling activity. And while this is happening all over your body, it's most evident in the smaller parts like fingers and toes, hands and feet. And then as soon as I start to get to that point, I'm thinking what I'm feeling is healing. And there were basically 3 driving forces behind my interest in self-healing and developing this technique further than where I am even today. And one was my maternal grandmother. For as long as I can remember, she would say to me, there must be a way for the body to heal itself. And then she would look at me like she expected me to say something or do something or know something. And I would look back at her and just study her face and say, like, I'm thinking, what? And then later on, she added to that, and she would say, there must be a way for the body to heal itself. Otherwise, there's a part of our existence that makes no sense. And again, I'd kind of look at her and go, and if she were here today, I would say, there is, and the way is within you, and it is the euphoric self. The second driving force behind my interest in self-healing happened quite by accident. Around maybe the age of 10, I taught myself what I thought was meditation, and it was kind of. But more recently, I realized it was meditation, but it was from out of body. I didn't know until quite recently I put that together. So at the time, I was the oldest of 6 in a family of 8, and my parents would both leave with their boys and girls clubs one night a week. So I would either babysit or house sit, and it was heavenly. It was quiet. So I would sneak into my dad's recliner and just tip back, and you didn't do that when he was home. Tip back and relax and enjoy that peace and quiet. And then, back in the 60s, we had this battery clock, the sunburst style. Does anybody remember those things, right? Okay, well, every 20 minutes, this battery-operated wall clock would buzz. And when that thing would buzz, I would launch out of that chair and I was floating. And it was peaceful, and it was quiet, and it was the best place I'd ever been up until that point. Okay, but one day, I'm doing this and enjoying my quiet time. The phone rings. Okay, so I put down the recliner, walk across the floor to the wall phone on the opposite side of the room, answer the phone, but the whole time I'm coming down from above the ceiling back into myself. It was like a little roller coaster ride. You know that feeling you get when you have that big drop off the roller coaster? But what that taught me was you can have an out-of-body experience like that, and the weightlessness and the floating is real. You really are floating. You really are weightless, and you really can respond to any emergency or anything in your environment safely with no side effect or no lasting consequence. So, the third thing that has been kind of a driving force are the 3 words, physician, heal thyself. Those words have struck a chord with me since the first time I heard them, and I don't know why. But it has somehow challenged me to question and seek my own solutions and cures before having to go consult someone else. So that's the other thing. So before we go any farther, I just want to get a poll. If it's not too personal of a question, how many of you regularly do out-of-body experience and out-of-body travel? A few of you. Great, thank you. We all do that every night. Every time we go to sleep, we're actually having out-of-body. We just don't know what, and we always come back. We're always tethered back there. So when you intentionally lift and become weightless and you're focused, that mind is in those 2 places, both in your physical body and in your spiritual body. Your mind is always in control. Your mind is always going to bring you back, and you're always safe. Your mind is in control. So I just wanted to share that with you. And then I'd like to share with you a handout I put together and let us go through that front cover to back cover. and then we'll start some practices and do the euphoric self. I don't have enough copies for everyone, but I do have a sheet where if we can share and look on today, if we can share and double up and get through these copies, I can email you or mail you. Can you look on together? Okay, awesome. You're going to be helping me, though. Can you two look on together? Would that be okay? Thank you. Just want to make sure we have enough for now. And anyone who wants a handout, I'll send you one by email. Can you look on together, too? Thank you. We're going to have quite a few left here. Yeah, if you want to just pass those down. We're going to have more. Is that going to be enough for everybody to look on? Okay. Because I do have some extras yet. Good. Okay. Okay, I still have some extras. Does anyone else? Yeah. I've got extras, so if you wish. Thank you. Anyone else need one? Because I do have a couple more. Okay, that went farther than I thought it would. Okay, the artwork in this handout comes from Google, free images of something. So the guy on the front, that image to me is amazing. I just love that image. If he were truly euphoric, he would have to relax his fingers from the pillow, relax that smile a bit, and relax that forehead a little bit. But he looks the euphoric part. He didn't get one. Okay.
Could you speak up one?
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Okay. On the second page, there is a disclaimer that this workshop utilizes various levels of relaxation and meditation, and that if you have a concern about any medical condition or the influence of any prescription medication, to consult with a doctor before participating in any of these techniques. The artwork of the image with the open arms, to me, she is the epitome of welcoming acceptance. With intent and focus, this feeling is super important for self-healing. I love the image of the man with the six-pack abs, and that image is the closest image to what the euphoric self feels like it would look like. Can't guarantee the six-pack abs, but what it looks like to me, though, and I've tried this, if it looks like the transparent, the invisible, is the lower body and the physical body is the higher body. To me, it's reversed. But I tried the euphoric self, and instead of projecting, into the attic or the upstairs, projecting into the basement or the lower level, it still works. You can do it either way, but I think it's normal to rise or go forward. Anyway, that image is so close. I noticed that the separation of body and spirit, that weightless state of being, that is what I'm calling the euphoric self, and that is what seems to be the key to self-healing, and that is worth repeating. Notice the separation of body and spirit, this weightless state of being that I'm calling the euphoric self seems to be the key to self-healing. It forms a trinity or triunity in the words of Hamid Bey. We're going to do 4 practices, and then towards the end there's some reading and resources. And I wanted to note the lessons from the Hamid Bey CD. The one about astral projection and healing, it's the second one listed. he talks about bridging the power between the visible and the invisible. And that is that image where you've got the visible and the invisible, but they are separated. Also, I enjoyed what he had to say about the solar plexus and its healing power. When you lift, when your spirit body lifts from your physical body intentionally, it seems to come from kind of that solar plexus area to me. It seems to come from there. Kind of your center of gravity is what seems to lift and launch up just a little bit. And the rhythm of the triunity of the body, mind, and soul. And that last one, the miracles of healing, are only the working of mental and spiritual lives. When I first read that, I read it as lines and thought he was talking about that spirit body and physical body side by side as lines instead of lives. And I thought, oh man, we were talking about the same thing. And then I read it right. It was live, so not quite. But anyway, that was kind of fun. And then I wanted to feature, in the words of Hamid Bey, where he says, quote, "When you get up in the morning, when you go to bed, at any quiet moment, visualize something beautiful, something which gives you spiritual ecstasy, forgetting everything else. You can do this because every human being is equipped with such ability." That is so close to what the euphoric self is, only instead of being a visual ecstasy, it's just the euphoric self. Okay, what I'd like to do is do practice 1 and get started with doing the euphoric self. What I've included in that handout is basically the self-talk that I do to get there. So, if everyone can get comfortable, and the secret here is comfort. You must be incredibly comfortable. Nothing bothering you, no sore spots, no achy spots. The best, most comfortable place you can be to make it easy to get here. So if you can settle into a comfortable position and close your eyes, you can always scratch an itch, rub a sore spot. Yeah, if you want to close the lights down, you can. Otherwise, closing your eyes is fine. Thank you. So you can scratch an itch, rub a sore spot, or breathe into a sore spot, knowing your breath is a natural analgesic and a natural anesthetic. Breathe into any part of your body that is asking for relief and healing. Notice that part of your body responds immediately, relaxing into more and more complete comfort. Know that your mind is in control of you, and you are completely safe. Wobble your head on top of your spine, side to side and front to back, just a couple times to activate your upper chakras. And wobble your hips at the bottom of your spine, side to side and front to back a couple times to activate your lower chakras. As your chakras align and ground, you may notice a jiggling sensation that is normal and comfortable. Relax and increase your level of comfort. Release any remaining tension from your jaw. Release any remaining tension from your shoulders. And from your solar plexus near your center of gravity, lift your spirit body out in front of your physical body, like moving the lightest version of you into the space exactly in front of you. Relax and let go. Notice the weightless feeling of your spirit body. Notice the weightless feeling of your physical body. Notice the tingling sensations in your physical body. Notice your mind is aware of both bodies at the same time. Your mind is in control of you, and you are completely safe. Welcome yourself into your euphoric self. This is your trinity of you, your mind, your body, your spirit. You may enjoy your euphoric self as is for complete rejuvenation or for any other healing purpose you desire. Gently return your spirit body to your physical body. Let your physical weight return to the support beneath you. Wiggle your fingers and toes and open your eyes. When you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you. With a show of hands, if it's not too personal, how many felt like you went somewhere you haven't gone before? Thank you. Okay. Did anyone attain that weightless feeling where the chair beneath you was gone? Okay, it takes some practice. One thing I have noticed is if I am this close to someone else, I have trouble. Someone else's energy field, if they are within this kind of a range for me, I have a little bit more trouble getting to that level. Another time I've noticed so far that is a little more challenging for me, being sensitive to tides, is right after full and new moons. I have a little bit more trouble achieving euphoric self. Okay, from the euphoric self, I'd like to go right into practice number 2. This is where we thank our body systems. And I developed this gratitude message that seems to normalize body systems and increase the sense of well-being, especially for a good night's rest. So we're just going to go right back into settling into a comfortable position. And closing our eyes. Again, we're going to breathe into any part of our body that is asking for relief and healing. Notice that part of your body responds immediately, relaxing into more and more complete comfort. Allow your chakras to align. Relax and increase your comfort level. Release any remaining tension from your jaw and your shoulders. From your solar plexus that is near your center of gravity, lift your spirit body out in front of you. Just relax and let go. And we are going to thank our body systems, beginning with, as I inhale and exhale, I am grateful for my respiratory system. To my respiratory system, I thank you for all you do for me. I thank you for restoring me to perfect health and for helping all of my other body systems to do the same. To my circulatory system, I thank you for all you do for me. Thank you for restoring me to perfect health and for helping me and all my other body systems to do the same. To my lymphatic system, I thank you for all you do for me. Thank you for restoring me to perfect balance and for helping all of the other body systems to do the same. To my glandular system, I thank you for all you do for me. Thank you for restoring me to perfect health and well-being and for helping all my other body systems to do the same. To my digestive system, I thank you for all you do for me, and thank you for restoring me to perfect balance, and for helping all of the other body systems to do the same as well. To my brain and central nervous system, I thank you for all you do for me. Thank you for restoring me to perfect health, and for helping all my other body systems to do the same. To my skeletal system, I thank you for helping me. And thank you for restoring me to perfect health and for helping all the other body systems to do the same as well. To my sensory systems, I thank you for all you do for me. Thank you for restoring me to perfect health and balance, and for helping all the other body systems to do the same. To my energy systems, I thank you for all you do for me. Thank you for restoring me to perfect health, and for helping all the other body systems to do the same. To my cellular systems, I thank you for all you do for me. Thank you for restoring me to perfect health, and for helping all the other body systems to do the same. I am grateful for all my body systems. I allow self-healing, and I welcome perfect health. So be it, and so it is. When you're ready, just come back and open your eyes. Practice number 3 is based on affirmations for holistic being. And for those, I've been using the work of Charles Hannell. He used these affirmations to heal his own physical condition and many health issues. I have listed 10 of them here. The first 7 are those of Mr. Hannell, and I added a final 3 just as what was needed for me for a sense of wholeness. And those, of course, would be optional, so you may rewrite those, change them up, or use them as is. So if you're ready, we're going to do practice number 3. Okay, settle into a comfortable position and close your eyes. Breathe into any part of your body that is asking for relief and healing. Notice that part of your body responds immediately, relaxing into more and more complete comfort. Know that your mind is in control of you and you are completely safe. Wobble your head on the top of your spine, side to side, front and back a couple times to activate your upper chakras. And wobble your hips at the bottom of your spine, side to side and front to back a couple of times to activate your lower chakras. Relax and increase your level of comfort. Release any remaining tension from your jaw and your shoulders, from your solar plexus that is near your center of gravity. Lift your spirit body out in front of you. Relax and let go. Repeat each affirmation to yourself and allow the feeling to wash over every cell of your body from head to toe, like a cleansing ocean wave. Repeat to yourself, I am whole. Allow the feeling of being complete to wash over you from head to toe, like a cleansing ocean wave. I am strong. Allow the feeling of being sturdy and resilient to wash over every cell of your body from head to toe. I am powerful. Allow the feeling of being focused and capable to wash over every cell of your body from head to toe. I am loving. Allow the feeling of being warm, affectionate, and caring to roll over your body, every cell of your body, from head to toe. I am healthy. Allow the feeling of wellness and abundant energy to flow through every cell of your body from head to toe. I am happy. Allow the feeling of content and pleased to flow through every cell of your body from head to toe. I am creative. Allow the feeling of being resourceful and expressive to flow through every cell of your body from head to toe. I am wealthy. Let the feeling of being self-sufficient and supportive of self and others to flow through every cell of your body from head to toe. I am wise. Let the feeling of being knowledgeable and effective flow through every cell of your body from head to toe. I am well in every way. Gently return your spirit body to your physical body. Let your physical weight return to the support beneath you. Wiggle your fingers and toes and open your eyes. How's everybody doing? We're far too serious. Did you hear about the dude who had an out-of-body experience? He was beside himself. Sorry, I had to do that. I'm sorry, I just had to do that. Okay. Okay. And just to lighten the mood a little bit, this is everything. It's nothing with a twist. Okay. All right. There was another little saying I had in here that I wanted to interject just to give everybody a little break here. We were far too serious and deep in that. Let's see if I can find my page that it's on. And this I find is, so true. I mean, true confession, this would be me here. A miracle isn't when you get in your way. A miracle is when you get out of your way. Okay. What I wanted to share, and this is kind of the little true confession, is that I've been working with this euphoric self, and I really think the progress I've made within myself in the short time has been incredible, mostly with bringing back mental focus and clarity faster than when I went through this once before. So this is my second recovery. But with all the experience and the work I'm doing, I still measured up until last week, I think I made this discovery, that I was still looking at my level of fatigue and measuring that rather than the change in what I can do with the increase in energy. Just that little bitty shift. And that's what I think that Physician Heal Thyself means so much to me, is like it's a challenge, is because when you are working on yourself, it is so difficult to see those little things, those little negative things that are holding you back. It's like that miracle is when you get out of your way. And it's so easy for us to see those things in others. So, honey, if you see me, doing this, give me a hint. But it's hard to clean those things up for yourself, and it's easy for you to help someone else to see it. But it's very, very hard to see those things clearly within yourself. Get all of those roadblocks out of the way. And I really think this euphoric self, that state of self-healing, if you can get into that weightless state, it is truly incredibly euphoric. It is, bliss would be another word for it. Ecstasy would be another word for it. But euphoric is the best descriptive word I can come up with. Okay, so we had a little break there. I promised this would be fun, and it was just too serious. Okay, I'd like to do that fourth practice here real quick. So it's another meditation, and I'm hoping you all are going to sleep really, really well tonight. But if anybody feels fatigued and is not, too relaxed going home, an acupressure point to alert you and make you more focused is pinching in this web here. There's like an ashi point. It's like an owie point. Just press into that till it is kind of owie. And that will help to alert you, wake you up a little bit. But I think you'll sleep well tonight if you're doing all of these exercises. Okay, number 4. This is the last one that I'm putting into my personal practice of euphoric self and self-healing. And this is a form of a prayer, and I've used this many ways. I've used this ranging from minor pains to severe pain, sudden onset, don't know where it came from, but got rid of it with this. And also things like redoing surgery that went wrong. I've used that. It's incredible what you can ask for and receive if you're open and accepting. So I'd like to go through this prayer, and we've got time before this alarm goes off, I think. I don't want the alarm to go off while everybody's really in a nice place. Okay. So I go through a step of acknowledging the Creator, and feel free to change these words to fit what is best for you. I think I'm using Divine Creator here, but whatever is your God Force name you would put in there. And we go through the hierarchy right down to asking for your own personal healing angel, and that's the person, the angel. To me, they're personal to me. That's the one who's going to organize and coordinate and take care of that healing for you. And I think we should just go ahead and do this. So it's going into the euphoric self, or the best place you can be, and then going through this prayer yourself, and then asking for two things. You want to ask for, or you want to state what your need is, so you describe a need, and then you also state your desired outcome. So an example of what you can do with this is, a need might be redo my rotator cuff surgery, and the outcome you want is full recovery and complete range of motion. That can happen from this prayer. Or redo my gallbladder surgery to improve my digestion and restore energy that was removed with my gallbladder. That can be done here too. For this example, I'm going to use, what did I decide to use? I'll think of something when we get there, something kind of generic. And at the end, whether I'm in euphoric self or whatever, once we decide on a place that needs that assistance, I physically move my hands to that area and show my healing angel where I want them to work, whether it's on heart, whether it's on thyroid, whether it's whole body, move your hands to that location, and then in the end, either I end it with the prayer, hand prayer, or visualize it, and that's the end.
What happens if it's someplace you can't reach?
That's a great question. Lawson asked, what happens if it's someplace you can't reach? You say it's mid-back. I'm going to put my hands in the front, and my healing angel will know that I'm inviting to that place because I've stated the intention and the outcome desired.
The angel is intuitive, or you actually tell them?
You tell the angel. When you make your request for what the need is and your desired outcome, you're going to be indicating that mid-back range as if that's the example. And your healing angel will work on that. Yeah, great question. Thank you. Okay, I am going to, just in case, I'm going to turn this alarm off because I don't want it to interrupt us. So, if we're ready, let's settle into a comfortable position. Close your eyes. Breathe into any part of your body that is asking for relief and healing. Notice that part of your body responds immediately, relaxing into more and more complete comfort. Know that your mind is in control of you, and you are completely safe. Allow your spine and your chakras to center Relax and increase your level of comfort. Release any remaining tension from your jaw and shoulders. And from your solar plexus that is near your center of gravity, lift your spirit body out in front of your physical body. Relax and ask for spiritual healing. To my divine creator, thank you for your presence in my healing today, and thank you for the archangels. To the archangels, thank you for your presence in my healing today, and thank you for the angels. To the angels, thank you for your presence in my healing today, and thank you for the healing angels. To the healing angels, thank you for your presence in my healing today, and thank you for my healing angel. To my healing angel, thank you for your presence and for coordinating everything to begin my healing today. I am asking you for help to be balanced and well, for more energy, more balance, more clarity, more purpose, more wellness. I hold my hands open to light your way. And I'm going to hold my hands there for the time you need to begin your work. The hold of my hand is my seal of intent to be healed and completely well. To my healing angel, thank you for completing my healing over the next 3 days. In full faith, I thank you. So be it, and so it is. When you're ready, bring your spirit body back into your physical body. Allow your physical body to feel the weight of the chair beneath you. Wiggle your hands and toes, fingers and toes, and open your eyes. Everybody doing good? Okay. If some of you are still relaxing, just enjoy the moment. What I'd like to do is see if anyone has questions about what we've covered. One thing in the handout I didn't talk about is right below the work of Hamid Bey, which has been amazingly aligned with the discoveries I've made and the work I'm doing with the Euphoric self within my own recovery. But below that is the work of Rasa. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name. She's got some YouTube guided meditations that are really incredible. She everything she says exactly like I would if I were doing that. So her strength seems to be complete body healing and how to deal with pain. So if you're having an issue where you cannot get to this level because of pain, I would listen to Rasa and give that a really good try. The other thing is breathing into those places. Breath is incredibly analgesic and anesthetic. And I also have a technique to anesthetize. So if there's anyone that would like a little more information on that, it's not part of this workshop, but see me after and I'll show you. I'll show you what you can do. Yes?
When you're breathing into a part of the body that you want healing to occur at, are you visualizing any colors?
I do color work. If you're anesthetizing, the color I'm trained in is very, very pastel blue, is an anesthetic color. I like also using white, just the pure white light that I consider like the energy that comes into the crown chakra. But I did not put color into this workshop at all. That is a great. I think if you were going to use color, if you stay with pastel green, a pastel pink, or a pastel blue. Blue is going to anesthetize. That's your best anesthetic. I would stay with those pastel colors based on the training I've had with masters in other modalities.
Is green the one for healing and rebuilding?
It is. Pink is too. They work hand in hand. They're like, if you layer one over the other, it's incredible. Yeah. Yeah, great question. Thank you. Did you have another color that you work with?
Gold.
Gold. Okay, gold. Gold is like the ultimate aura when you're at like the maximum level of meditation. That's kind of like a yogi type degree. I worked with a gentleman we had a training with a gentleman in Chicago who we were measuring auras, and in a building this size, you almost had to step outside to find the outside of his crown chakra, because he had such an incredible ability to meditate, to get to such a deep level. And a lot of us that do healing work and spiritual work, we're top heavy. We're big crown chakras, and it's hard to stay grounded. So yeah, that's interesting. But gold is that ultimate, even above white. Yeah, I think that's featured too, like in the lotus flower. Yeah, the gold. Yes.
I always heard blue. What's that yellow color?
Blue anesthetizes. It helps to reduce pain. We used that one day on the way to the hospital. Shouldn't have been driving, but he had to drive because his wheelchair couldn't fit in my car. And do you mind if I tell the story real quick? Okay. Yeah. So he's driving, and I'm like, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you? And he said about a 17. And I'm like, and he's driving. Oh my goodness. So I started applying that blue. We got to the hospital. He refused basically any anesthetic, in the beginning anyway, saying he had no pain whatsoever.
Well, I mean, doctor gave me anesthetic for you rather than because you were having quite a fit.
That is absolutely true. Because I know he tries to be the tough guy, and I thought he was being tough guy. But he told me, he said, I absolutely had no pain. And do you mind if I tell them what it was that happened? He came up the ramp in our garage, and we had a upright freezer. And the wheelchair slipped, and it kind of dropped off, and he gunned it. And his large toe went under the corner of that freezer, and it jacked the nail up. And we had a bleeding mess. So, and he wanted me to remove it, but there was so much blood, and I couldn't tell if he needed stitches. So he drove to the hospital, and I'm applying the blue all the way. And by the time we got there, he had no pain. And I've done that treatment on myself, but be sure it's pastel blue. I mean, we're lighter than these walls. I might go like a little deeper color of blue, but it's very, very light, pastel. Very, very pastel. Yeah, you have a light blue shirt right there that has a beautiful blue on it. You right there. That's beautiful. Okay, Linda has a question.
This healing meditation, I can understand. My question is, I can see how it could work on soft tissue. Does it work with bone issues?
Yes. The question was, can understand how this can work with soft tissue. Does it work with bone? Yes, it does. Now, are you talking about the color, or are you talking about euphoric self?
I'm talking about actually healing bone issues.
Oh, yeah.
Not just getting rid of pain, but actually
Healing bone? Yeah. Yeah, the affirmations, we use the skeletal system, and I would definitely, for bone, go through the prayer with the personal healing angel, but go through the hierarchy. Thank everybody above for their support, for being there, and yeah. Okay. Yes.
The website you have on your page, are these in there?
In the handout.
Yeah.
Yes, and I've got.
There's a handout on the website that's listed.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
This is the one I put together just for tonight, and I have an extra copy here, but I need anyone who wants another one, because I've run out now, to leave me an email address, and I'll be happy to send you a PDF. Oh, yeah, or mail. Yep. Thank you, you guys. I think I've run over a little bit. Was there any other questions? Well, some of this was close to my heart and a little hard to talk about, Grandma, and that stuff in the beginning, but thank you for bearing with me. You've been wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.